Hello, everyone. This is Chris Rowe, the Vice President of Data Services for Melissa. Welcome to the 5 essential data enhancements for omnichannel success. Companies with the strongest omnichannel customer engagement retain an average of 89% of their customers, compared to 33% for companies with a weak omnichannel strategies. Today, I will show you some key enhancements that are available, such as email, demographics, phone, social media, and cover the importance of data hygiene. Number 1 is email append. The email append service is performed when you supply your data of full names and addresses and your provider returns an email address. Please trust me when I say that not all email append providers are the same. I've personally tested 34 email append providers and potential royalty partners since 2002. Of those 34 providers, only 6 passed the quality and deliverability tests. There were 12 companies whose sole purpose in the world was to provide email append, and 11 of those 12 failed miserably. If you are working with vendors in this space, the turnaround time sometimes tips the hand on how they operate. Typically, in the email append world, the faster the turnaround, the rougher the reliability and results. Before even exploring the email append route, I suggest you are starting with a list of your customers or people that have some connective tissue with your company. Email append is not meant for blindsiding people on a list of leads that you obtained and they're unfamiliar with your company. Email append without validation. Yes, it's as scary as T-Rex crashing your wedding party. My advice for the photo is always to invite a minimum of 2 groomsmen that are slower than you. You can take the same approach while camping in bear country. What is email append without validation? It is simply appending emails to your database with little to no knowledge that they are deliverable or not. This will represent some of the least expensive and fastest turnaround options, but they are also extremely dangerous if you plan to e-blast your entire list. Now, if your approach is more data completion or your sales reps are taking a singular approach to email each customer, it might be okay. But trust, under this type of process, you should expect to see anywhere from 25 to 50% bounces. Now, some of the providers pitch this as they will refund your money for all the emails that bounce. The reason why this shouldn't come for you is because you're typically already in deep trouble and likely blacklisted before you even consider getting the refund for the bad emails. At that point, the refund will appear minuscule compared to the mess that this email campaign has caused. Email append with validation. This is a much better solution than no validation, but it has some vulnerabilities too. The validation can also be approached in a couple of different ways. Many of the email append suppliers cache their history just to distinguish deliverable emails in the database. However, the fog is what each company thinks is current. Some companies think that if they have a successful deliverability in 3 years, the email is just fine. Some use a 6-month criteria. Some providers perform real-time validation or a combination of the previously mentioned approaches. Even with this improved approach, you still might see 5 to 15% bounce rate. Some e-blast providers expect a 95% or higher deliverability rate. For larger files, this is sometimes the best option offered. Premium email append. This woman isn't smiling because I opened my search engine and typed happy executive with a laptop. She is really smiling because premium email append is amazing. This method is the best if you're planning on an e-campaign, as deliverability rates are in the 96% or higher range for the service. It is a 7 to 10 business day turnaround for this process, but in this process, you get a match to email append database, a CAN-SPAN compliant permission pass, email requesting to contact your client for future promotions, hard bounce removed, soft bounces removed, customers that are opted out are removed and flagged. You will not see their email. Also, what makes Melissa's method unique to the industry is that we have a priority system in place for people with 2 or more emails. This determines not only what is deliverable, but what is the strongest, current, most frequently used. 90% of our competition says as long as it's deliverable, they could care less that it's an 18-year-old email address that's only used for fantasy football. If you are looking for the highest ROI for an email campaign, these are some of the traits you're looking for quality for your provider of a premium service. Number one, requires a permission pass email introduction with the ability for the customer to opt out of communication. Number two, it should take 1 to 3 weeks to process depending on the record total. Avoid the 24-hour list turnaround. And number three, it has a high deliverability rate of 96% or higher in the first 30 days of receiving a completed file. Our second element is micro-targeting or demographics. To add consumer demographics to your database, you simply provide a list containing full names and addresses, and you can hand select which element helps you accomplish your goal. Consumer demographics, when executed correctly, can really help a company's specific goals and help them reach highly qualified audiences at the right time with specialty marketing offers. This really creates a personal touch between your company and your customer. Response rates are also improved significantly to optimize your marketing dollar. Even though this is an example of some of the most popular consumer enhancements, you have access to over 1,000 different append choices. This combination of demographic, personal interest, lifestyle, and purchase history helps you gain an even deeper understanding of your customers and how to connect with them. If you're a sporting goods shop now offering boat cleaning services, you can simply take your database and append boat owner flag, household income, and possibly some other elements to see which of your customers are most likely to utilize this service. Our third element is phone append. With phone append, the do not call and converting landlines to mobile has really changed this environment to make it more challenging. While I agree this realm of services had much more power a decade ago, it is still a useful marketing arrow in the quiver. The mobile environment has increased dramatically. However, many of the marketers can't call people on their cell phones due to privacy rules. Texting in most cases needs to be opted in as well. Political campaigns and nonprofits could be exempt from these regulations. To be completely honest, the most common way people are being reached via mobile phone is through premium email append. Also, please keep in mind exactly 0 major carriers of mobile phone service have released their directory or customer data to the public. My advice is to tread lightly, as you may discover that Deadpool and Wonder Woman seemingly have a lot of burner phones. Why would you choose premium phone append? Well, the numbers are updated daily instead of monthly or quarterly, so they're more current. You will get fewer disconnects, and with Melissa, we have the lowest price compared to all daily updated sources. Number 4 is social media append. Yes, some people use Twitter to complain about how long the line is at the bakery, and some use Facebook to compete for the world's largest photo album. Occasionally, a new append service comes along with the excitement, but also intimidation of how to optimize the results. Social media append has some nice progress now, but my prediction in 3 years is they'll really blow up in popularity. You provide an email address, and we provide social media handles from up to 20 different sites. Companies can use the handles to know where their best customers are. They can append for data completion or use the results analytically. Social media is here to stay, and you don't want to miss the boat on the latest marketing trends. And our 5th element is data hygiene. A client of mine once joked that they will always perform data hygiene whether it's with me or not. I'm happy to say they're still a client of ours, but his point is very valid. Once you see the time and cost savings of data hygiene, it just becomes a part of your routine. Address, phone, email verification are all valuable data hygiene services that should be a part of your monthly or quarterly maintenance. If you are concerned about the age of your list, or customers' NCOA link is a pretty inexpensive process to gain the most current corrected information. Please pay attention to how the list was coded. NCOA Link is not a miracle product that makes everything perfect on the back end. You will have to decipher which records you want to deliver to and which ones you don't based on the codes provided. I encourage you not to abandon more traditional marketing methods. One of these traditional methods is mail. In fact, the mailbox has its lowest amount of mail competition ever, averaging 2 pieces of mail per day. At the very least, this is going to be a cost-efficient way to reinforce the newer channels, and in some of the demographics, this might be the most receptive way for them to receive information about your products and services. You can always modernize your mail piece with QR codes or dig deeper into clickable paper, Google goggles. Getting in front of the customer is what it's all about, and by taking an omnichannel path to success, you can get there. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration. Melissa is a proud provider of all these high-quality data services and is one of the few companies that offers both full-service 48-month NCOA Link and full-service 72-month Canadian NCOA.